Hey foodies, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to make a blueberry cream cheese cookie. This recipe was sent in to me by one of my viewers and I was so grateful, and I thought, you know what, before I even try it, let's try it together. So today I'm using Frankie's gluten-free all-purpose flour. It's a wonderful gluten-free all-purpose flour that I love using. It works cup for cup with pretty much any recipe. And let's just get right to it. So you want to start by adding your sugar and your butter and your cream cheese into your mixer. And then we want to beat this up until it's light and fluffy. Which might take a while. So this looks nice and smooth, light and fluffy. You can see it's really lightened up in color. It smells delightful. Okay, so I've scraped down the sides. Now I want to add my lemon juice, my lemon zest, and when you're using lemon juice and lemon zest, make sure you zest the lemon before you juice the lemon, otherwise it's going to be a real mess and difficult to work with, and your egg. Okay, and I'm going to mix this up. This mix looks and reminds me a lot of like a cream cheese cake. So now we're going to add in our flour and our baking soda. And the recipe calls for adding cornstarch, and that's to make them extra silky smooth. Because we're using a gluten-free all-purpose flour, we've already got starch in there, and you don't have to add it. I'm going to add it because the recipe calls for it, but feel free to omit the cornstarch if you have dietary restrictions with corn. I'm going to mix this up. Okay, so I'm going to scrape down the sides one more time, and then I'm just going to lightly mix in the blueberries. Oh, this looks so good. So we're mixing in the blueberries. And I'm just going to mix that in loosely. And that's it. It's mixed, it's ready to go. It looks quite fun. It looks exciting. I'm really excited to try this recipe. When I saw the recipe suggested to me, I was like, oh, blueberries and cream cheese as a cookie, that sounds really unique and interesting, and I'm really interested to see what it's going to taste like. Okay, so the recipe says we need to drop this by a large scoop, like 3 tablespoon size, maybe a bit more, cookies, so they're going to be quite substantial. And you can see I've just grabbed 2 tablespoons, and oh, that's way too much. And just drop them off like that. Alternatively, you can use a portion scoop and you're going to get the same size scoop every time. I'm just going to keep going with the spoons because it's easy. And I think I'm just going to get 6 on each sheet, because these are big cookies. Okay, so I'm just going to wet my hand and I'm going to flatten that out just a little bit, just so that we get them cooking pretty evenly. They're not perfectly round, but that's what makes them homemade. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish scooping these, and then we'll be ready to put them in the oven. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've got all my cookies already scooped, ready to go. You can see we've got the larger scooped ones as per the recipe, and I decided to do a slightly smaller version just to see how it works. It's going to go in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. See you in a minute. These turned out really well. I think if I were to make them in the future, which I hope to, I'm going to use the smaller cookie scoop. the big ones look massive. They're so huge. But I mean, if you like cookies, I mean, who's not gonna like a massive cookie? They remind me a lot of like tea biscuits or scones or scones, depending on where you're from. And I'm kind of excited. So before we get to trying them, there is a glaze to put on the top. And it's quite simple. It's just a cup of icing sugar, a tablespoon of lemon zest, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and when you're zesting your lemon, make sure you zest it first and then juice the lemon. If you do it the other way around, you have a real mess and it's difficult. And then a tablespoon of cream. And then we just mix that all up. And it doesn't look like a lot of liquid, but icing sugar is like this magical little substance that it doesn't take a lot to make it become this wet, slurpy looking glaze. And it like already you can see, look at how wonderful it's looking. Oh, all the lemon juice from that. I can't wait. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a try. I'm thinking, it looks good. I like it. Okay. So I'm gonna take a tablespoon, and I'm just gonna lightly glaze the top. It looks more like icing to me. Oh, look at that. I wanna try this. Oh, it's soft. The blueberries are very soft, so it's a very fragile cookie. So good. It's very flavorful. The blueberries are like little pops of fruit in there, and it's very almost cake-like because it's got a real soft, airy texture on the inside, but the lemon just adds a really nice rounded flavor to it. I would love to know if you've ever made these or if you plan on making these. Let me know in the comments below. And if you have a recipe you'd love to share with me, let me know and I'd be happy to give it a try. Thanks for watching.